For this presentation, I wanted to find out how to be a good manager and some of the key characteristics that every manager should have. I interviewed Preston Wilkinson, one of the managers at Wilkinson's Trophy and Athletics. He gave me some great insight on what to expect in a management position, how to motivate employees, and some of the main characteristics that all managers should have. He said that some of the key traits a manager should have is that they should be responsible, have great organizational skills, and great communication, leadership, and decision-making skills. In addition to this interview, I also went online and found a study done by Wharton.com on over 100 executive leaders in management positions. They said, as this graph right here shows, that the most important trait in a leader is to have great decision-making skills and also social skills. When I was talking to Preston about the skills that he thought a manager should have, he went into detail about how important it is to have great communication and leadership skills. I also asked him that another question that I thought was important is how, as a manager, do you keep your employees motivated? He told me that it is important to make the job enjoyable. Employees who enjoy their jobs tend to work harder. Incentives also help keep employees motivated. For example, at Wilkinson's, when they're super busy, they often bring in pizza for the employees so that they know that they are being rewarded when they were working hard. Also, compliments or praise are also important so that they know that they are appreciated, especially if they are working on a new task or project. It's important to make sure that you recognize their efforts. This next question I would like you to think about: what would you do and how would you deal with mistakes from employees or employees that are not performing up to their job responsibilities? Mr. Wilkinson said that at the end of every week, they have a short 5-minute meeting to talk about how the employees did that week and how many mistakes were made. If no mistakes were made, then the employees were rewarded. He also said that it's important not to make the employees feel like you're calling them out in front of other employees. So they talk about how the mistakes that were made can be fixed, and they don't want anyone to be embarrassed or feel like they aren't doing a good job, because in the industry it's important to know that everyone's going to make mistakes, and they are taught how to be better and learn from their mistakes so they could be better in the future. The next question that I asked that I think it's important that managers know how to deal with is about customer service and customer relations. I asked him how important that is to his company. He said that in order to make a good impact on his customers and to keep his customers returning, that friendliness and making the experience easy for the customer is very important. And to also realize that, as we have heard before, the customer is always right, even if they're not, because it's important to keep them happy. Wilkinson's gets lots of customers that have told them that they came to them because other companies were rude to them, and Mr. Wilkinson's realized that it's important to treat the customers well so that they can keep them returning to their business. The next thing I asked was how to maintain a balance between friendliness with your employees and being in charge and delegating tasks. He said it's important to be friends with the employees first so that they can trust you when you delegate to them or need them to do something different. They are more apt to respect you if they trust you. A great way to do this, and what works for them at Wilkinson's, is that the managers often work right with the production line, and so they are usually able to develop great relationships with all the staff. I think that it's very important for managers to maintain good relationships with their employees so that they feel like they can open up to them and that they, like I said in the beginning, are more apt to do their job better and work harder if they feel like they are appreciated and they have a good relationship with the people in charge. The last thing I asked Mr. Wilkinson was, what is the best piece of advice that you can give to a future manager? What he said resonated with me because it's something that I've thought about in past jobs where I've had other managers that either I've liked or haven't liked, and I've thought about why this was. He said that a big complaint that many people have about managers is that they delegate all their tasks and they don't seem to be doing very much to help in the workplace. As a manager, it's important to let your employees know and see how hard you are working and all that you do so that they know that they aren't the only one working hard for the business. Working with your employees whenever you can, even if it's not necessarily the responsibilities that you are assigned to do, will help you give a better relationship with them, which will make it easier for them to like and respect you. So, in conclusion, I learned a lot from this interview with Mr. Wilkinson. He gave me some great advice and showed me how to become the manager that I want to be when eventually I manage a company. The three most important things that I took away from this was that it is important for managers to be well organized, have good communication skills and relationship with their employees and their customers, and how to keep your employees motivated and dedicated to your business so that everyone in the business is happy in the long run. Thank you.